Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ironhide City with another video review. And this one is actually the biggest figure I have ever reviewed on this channel. This is Titan's Return Titan Class Trypticon. Now, I am not kidding here when I say this is actually the biggest figure I have reviewed on this channel. He's like 2 feet tall in dinosaur/robot mode. So, and that is not a small figure. So, I'm currently on the floor here in my lab, which is why he's all spread out like this. So, I'm on the floor right now. So, I have him here in his base mode, which is actually a really, really nice base mode. Sadly, though, I do not have his rival, the Generations Metroplex, at this time. I'll try to ask for him for Christmas. Sadly, he's out of my budget right now. But Trypticon here, this guy was not cheap. But I got him, I think it was a birthday gift for me, and I just can't get over how cool he is. So, before I get into the accessories, I'm actually going to pan around here and show off some detail of the base mode. Or actually, this is his city mode. So we got like a helicopter pad over here. Some nice runways. Like some really nice runways here. And another ramp. Another helicopter pad. And I believe these orange parts are to be like space bridges or something. I don't know. But still, really cool. Whoops. Command center up here. A couple more towers. Just a really, really, really nice base, if you want my opinion. So let me place the tripod down again. And I'll try to keep my face out of this as best as possible. But no promises, because he is huge. So he does come with a little robot here by the name of Full Tilt. That's this guy right here in my hand. And he is holding his gun. And believe it or not, I do have his collector card on me. Give me a second here while I dig that out. Yep, Trypticon. So, real quick, here is his collector's card. It says Trypticon on it. See if I can get that to focus. Or focus. Yep. And here are his stats. So as you can see, he is really strong, really fast, pretty intelligent, and has really good firepower. And we're talking like really good firepower. You also receive the instruction booklet, which at this point I actually don't need because I've actually mastered this guy's transformation in less than a day. Excuse me. So, yeah. He also comes with a pretty big sticker sheet, which I put away somewhere, so that's why you don't see the stickers, or the sticker sheet in this review. So, back to Full Tilt. He has a really nice looking head sculpt right there. And as far as stickers go, those are the only stickers. These are the only stickers right there. I may consider getting some like little Decepticon symbols and putting one right on his chest, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet. To transform him, we're going to start off by removing the pistol, removing his head, which we'll talk about the head for a second. Oops. This is Necro, and get a very nice face there with Necro. And you unfold him, and then there is the Titan Master, Necro. So back to Full Tilt. You fold up his fists here into his arms. Fold up the backpack. You want to keep his arms straight because they'll fold up here and peg into, see that right in there? These pegs right below my thumb. And I believe this is like the 5th attempt at filming this review, because the last few times my camera died on me. So I got a new camera, and it seems to hold its charge quite well. So that's the upper body transformed. Come around back. Open up these doors. There should be one on each side. And then flip up the legs like so. Close up those panels and flip up the bumpers. And then that is Full Tilt in vehicle mode. Now I'm going to angle down here a little to get a good look at the vehicle mode. And he's actually a really cool vehicle mode right here. Just why he's such a cool vehicle, though, is beyond me. So I'm going to get him out of the way now. I'm going to reposition so we can get to the big guy, which is, of course, Trypticon. Now, Trypticon here, like I said, is actually really big in this mode. Like, really, really big. And I didn't have a good space to actually film this review because of his size. And actually, let me go turn on one of my lights here. There we go. Sorry for the shadows. So, this figure is big. Now, he does have a really cool gimmick in this mode, actually. And that is launching vehicles such as full tilt. If I'm on camera here. Yep. Yep. Place them right on that runway. And then you pull up on this thing. And sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. There we go. Now, there is actually something really cool about this. And that is if you bought the War for Cybertron Siege Brunt figure, who I did a review on a couple years ago, or about a year ago, actually. Oops. And that's this guy. I bought this Brunt figure as like an upgrade set for Trypticon down here. And that's because, if you give me a sec, I'll get him split apart. If you remember from the Generation 1 Trypticon, Brunt give me a second. There we go. So one of my lights just went out a little bit. So I have Brunt all laid out here across the floor. Yeah, that's a lot of parts. So I am now going to try to get these on him without my face showing up in the video. So I'm going to start by taking these parts, these 3 pieces, and it's like building the tank, but not really. And this will be like another tower right here. These we can use as little repair arms. Or actually, let's see here. Actually, I think I'll make this like a little cannon. And then combine these and we'll see what I do with that in a bit. So let's see, where can I put this stuff? So I'm gonna put this. Let's see, where do I want to put this stuff? Put this here. I like to mount one of the guns there. And actually, I think I'll use this as like a satellite of some sort. Like a radar. This as another additional laser. I wish I had another little barrel for. Like I said, I'm going to use these as little repair arms. So put one over here for like aircraft and stuff. And then I'll mount one over here. There we go. And then this, let's see. Yeah, I'll just use this. I'll figure something out for this. Maybe it'll be like another drone vehicle. Yeah, that'll be it. Like a little drone vehicle. So yeah, that's how I use my brunt. And then the drone vehicle here, just drive around the base. So let's go ahead and get him transformed to his battle station mode now. So I'm going to go ahead and actually strip him down of all the brunt parts. Gun out of there. And I'll see what I can do with all those in a bit. Okay. This is going to get a little tricky here. So, we are going to first flip up that front ramp. And then I like to fold that down temporarily. And then right here, there will be one of these on each side. I like to have these like at a little 45-degree angle here. That way this ramp can be clear of that peg. Like so. So do the same on the other side. Then we are going to, and this is actually pretty cool, come in here, lift up the leg, and fold the complete, like this whole part underneath. And I'll show you on the opposing side, on the opposite side, what I mean by that. And then once it's straight like this, you can peg it into this slot right here, below my finger. And after all this time, these ratchet joints are still nice and tight, which is good. Come around to the other side. Make sure I'm still rolling. Yes, I am. We will, same thing again. Lift it up. Sorry about the squeaking. Fold it underneath the figure. And I apologize about this. I'm actually at a very bad angle for this. Ugh. There we go. Plug this in. And this brings up a good point. Say this is up like this, or like this. There's a little green button down here you can push to safely bring that back down. And then once you got it lined up, bring down the cannons. And I like to bring that up as another gun. We have him in battle station mode. Yeah, sorry about my voice during that sequence. Oh, flip up these. Yeah, that was pretty tricky. But we did it. So let's see if I can incorporate those brunt parts again. Let's see here. Let's see, I'll bring these back out again. And actually we'll use this, use that. I'm thinking right now for the configuration here. I forgot. I could make the turret part of the tank. That. Bring this down and flip that around. Then I can plug these guns like I did. I think I have it on this side. So one there. And then one will be over here. If I can get it in, nope. We use that as a little machine gun over there. So I do have some parts left over, but that's the battle station mode. So to dyno mode, going to flip that down. Retract those lasers. Put those cannons down. Oh, and there was one other cool thing I forgot to show. And there we go. There's like a garage right here, which you can open up. Sorry, I forgot to show. And you can take full tilt, and he goes right in. So that's a very interactive gimmick right there. Nice little feature. So fold everything up. And this is where it can get tricky. So I like to bring these guns around for this. So, and this can get kind of dangerous. So, unpeg the legs, bring them up, and peg them into place at the back of the battle station, or as it's sometimes, or as it was dubbed at least once, like a spaceship. So at the back of the ship. Oops. Bring out on these green hinges here this leg section and plug it in at where it's facing toward the front of the ship. Do the same on the other side. And that was the tricky part. So, bring out his feet. And then here's where it gets cool. We're actually going to, if you watch, flip the entire thing over. And yes, I'm laughing because that is actually pretty clever how they do that. And I need to readjust my video camera. Excuse me. Because of his big size. So yeah. Bring down the arms. Bring out the claws, the dino claws. Here. Finally, last but not least, the dino head. Rotate it around, like the whole turret section. And open up his big mouth. And that, my friends, is Titan class Trypticon in dinosaur mode. And yes, when I say he's big, I mean it. This thing is big. Seriously. Now, as a scaled reference, like as a scale reference here, I have Power of the Prime's Abominus right here next to him. And seriously, Abominus is much shorter. Seriously. And this guy is a combiner. He's made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different robots merged into one. Versus a big dinosaur robot. So, yeah. Originally, Abominus held the title on my shelf as biggest transformer on the shelf. But right now, Trypticon holds the title right now as the biggest. Seriously. So, for articulation, we have the head rotates. He has swivels for the shoulder and a hinge for in and out. He's got not one, but 2 hinges for the elbow. So that's really good posability there. Seriously. Especially for being so big. And then he has this joint right here. And then his claws will open and close. His legs, which I'm not going to move because of how big he is, are on ratchets in the hips. Well, yeah, in the hips. Okay, I'll move them. And also here in the knee. And he does have foot articulation, but he is so heavy that, seriously, I wouldn't really pose him that much, if you know what I mean. Now, he has 2 really, really cool gimmicks in this mode. And I do mean cool. Now, real quick, I'll actually reassemble Brunt here, because when I end the video, I would like to get a family photo of this trio: Trypticon, Full Tilt, and Brunt. So, give me just a sec to get Brunt assembled. You know, now that I think about it, something makes this figure look like a Legend of Zelda boss in my mind. Because I kind of remember a boss in one of my Legend of Zelda games I've played in my past that looks like this. If anybody knows of a Legend of Zelda villain or boss that looks kind of like this, and from which game it took place in, let me know in the comments, please. So, gimmicks. We can take Necro right here, and there's actually a spot right here on his head, and this is a callback, like similar to how in Transformers Cybertron in 2005, the Titan Master here would act as what is called a cyber key. And later, the Prime Masters that I also have can also interact the same exact way. In fact, let me go get a Prime Master, or as I jokingly like to call them, Prime Keys. So let me go get one. And seriously, you only need one of these Prime Masters to actually activate the gimmick. But any Prime Master will do. So I'll use a Vector Prime Master, or Vector Prime key to do it. Again, insertion point is up here. I'll plug in Vector Prime. I think I'm plugging him in backwards. And he deploys a giant gun. Which I really like that gimmick. That is a really cool gimmick. But the cool gimmick is coming up right now. So we'll open his mouth, and right in there is a little hole. So say you have a transformer, you don't want to get lost or something. You put him in here, and then kind of like a vending machine, he's kind of like a vending machine. So you open this up, say you're getting your little snack or something, and out comes whatever you put in there. Very clever. So, a really cool figure, in my opinion. I really like this figure. But I really wish I also had Metroplex. So, overall, even with his large size and being really expensive, I would give this a very strongly recommended rating. Like this whole set, the Trypticon with Full Tilt and Necro set. And also, how this figure came to be is this was part of a fan vote, believe it or not. So fans voted to get this figure made. And it was announced, I cannot remember what year it was, but Trypticon came out the grand winner. So he won that vote. So I think Hasbro and Takara really did an outstanding job with this toy. And he is menacing looking. And that's one of my biggest things. That's one of my fun factors with figures, is they've got to look menacing. This figure right here more than fits that bill, or fits that description. And in my verdict, I would very strongly recommend this figure. If you can afford him, I think he's over $100 right now. I think that's what the cheapest. I think that's the cheapest I've seen him for on Amazon. But this figure totally deserves to be in your collection. I'll put a link in the description to Amazon.com where I picked him up. And seriously, totally get him in your collection if you don't have a Trypticon. So this has been the video review for Titan's Return, Titan Class, Trypticon with Full Tilt and Necro. I'm Ironhide City 17. Happy Sunday, folks.